Here's round two. I just started riding my bike and it just got increasingly worse. I think they're using drones because what person would fly purposely? Look at that. That's not even a plane. What the fuck is that? Sorry, YouTube. That don't look like no plane. It's a brown dot. It ain't got no wings. Look at it. I bet you it forgot to cloak itself. They're cloaked, you know. Looks like it's turning into a plane now. Look at that. Look at that. They are just bound and determined to bury us today. Look at that already. The sun is clouded up. I can't ride my bike. I'm not going to be buried with this shit. The shit falls on you. I'm not going to be out here and let it fall on me. Look at that. Unfucking believable. So sad. So sad. Your kids are walking in this. Your kids are walking in this shit. Look at this. Look at that. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And it's all coming from that one direction. Look at that. They're covering up something in there. My neighbors probably think I'm out of my head. I probably am. Look at that. That's just, I just can't even believe that. That's just so unbelievable to me. Like they're just gonna. How long before we can get organized, get together and say no more? What's it gonna take? I put these videos out almost every day. What's it gonna take to wake people up? We need to organize, we need to get together, we need to stop this. We need to stop this madness. They're just not gonna stop.
Reporting chemtrail?
Every day.
They're killing us, right?
Yeah, it's chlorine, chloride, chloride oxide, barium.
Yeah,
I mean, and those are the only ones that we know about.
Yeah,
I post these on YouTube every day trying to wake people up.
They're not going to listen. They haven't been listening for 15 years.
Really?
No one's listening.
Why? Why? It's like insane to me. It's like I'm not even going to write today because the shit's falling.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think what happens is people are powerless. The people who are colluding with the government to do this, sometimes they're our own family members.
No way, really?
Yeah, because we all kind of work for the government in one way or another.
Do you mind if I put you, can I record you saying this?
Sure.
Thank you so much.
What happens is whenever you don't have power and you try to get power using proper tactics,
Yeah.
like if you're a sane person and you have empathy, you don't want to use violence, you want to use reason. But if you read about psychology, people who are on the dark triad spectrum, meaning some kind of psychopathy, that's narcissistic, extreme narcissism, because we all got a lot of narcissism in America,
Yeah.
our cultural background.
Yeah.
But extreme narcissism, psychopath, Machiavellianism, when you're on that dark triad, you really will literally kill your own to accomplish your goal. And that's kind of the way America was built, if we want to be honest. America was built kind of, our whole heritage is kind of violent. So we have some people who are in powerful positions who will kill you if you get in the way. And they make movies about it. I mean, literally think about it. Hollywood makes films and movies telling you exactly what's going on. That's called predictive programming.
Did you see White Noise?
No, I haven't.
See White Noise? It predicted the Palestine train derailment to the T. It was even in the same same city.
COVID also was. They were already prepping for it and made videos about it years before it came.
Yeah.
So it's kind of once you begin to be educated like yourself and you want to make people knowledgeable, what they do is the system basically relegates you to what's called a conspiracy theorist. And it doesn't matter how many facts that you accumulate, because my background is education, and I took my education seriously, so I would try to fact find. But even in finding facts, you'll always find like two different perspectives of history.
At least.
You can have 6 people seeing a car accident, and you'll get 6 different perspectives.
Yeah.
They're all the truth.
Yeah.
But they can be used against one another to tell a lie.
Yeah.
So because the power of language is that way, and whoever holds the power and who's willing to kill for it is the ones who get to keep it. So unfortunately, if there's no God, we're all in trouble.
Yeah.
If there's a God, this program won't be able to continue for too much longer.
Well,
I'm hoping at the latter. I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe in that there were created beings. I believe
Yeah.
that our DNA
Yeah.
basically proves that we're created.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
there's an entity over us that
Oh,
will
yeah.
have to deal
Oh,
with
yeah.
this. Because the powers that be want to reduce the population.
Oh, it's doing it very well,
Very
isn't it?
effectively.
Yeah.
Men's testosterone levels are down.
Yeah.
Birth rates are down. Marriage is down. Everything.
It's crazy.
The judgment is already on, not only in America, but judgment is happening on the world. This
Isn't
problem
it?
is happening across the planet.
What do you think we should do about it? Like, what can we
I don't
do? Can we
think
organize?
Well,
Can we get together? Start
I'll
maybe.
tell you what happens when you organize and you go out and you what you call do public demonstrations. That's called a sounding board. You're just on a soapbox. You're speaking to people who want to hear that message. Like, we've all been in a family dynamic whenever we know we were right, and our loved ones, they knew they were wrong, and even when we brought the facts to them, it just made them more angry.
Yeah.
And all it did was an expression I used to tell my students. A person whose opinion is changed against their will is of the same opinion still. They'll just hate you for exposing them,
That's good.
because everyone doesn't work with a righteous mind.
Yeah.
People have selfish endeavors. So let me put it to you like this. A person can come to you and say, I put you in a position of power because you've been so obedient. Now let me tell you a secret about the world. And then they'll give you some story and say, so this is why we have to kill so many people. And it's been going on for generations. We're going to pay somebody to do it. May as well be you.
Wow.
So we can give you millions of dollars, and you can live fine, and we'll tell you what to eat, what not to eat, where to live, where not to live. But this is going to happen whether you agree with it or not.
We're slaves.
We always have been. And what people don't understand is that the kings of the world don't care what color you are.
No.
Now, it may have worked in your benefit for a generation if you happen to be white, but the reality is that the kings of the earth use white people as pawns.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
So,
they love all this
It does
LGBT.
not matter.
Yeah, they love
If you're
it.
in Korea, Japan, all the kings of the earth rule like kings. And what we fail to do is take what we know and like really process it, because it's painful, because our education system has taught us that we can change matters. But it doesn't tell us the truth that we can only change matters if we collude with the people who are willing to kill for power.
Yeah.
And I wish it weren't that way, but if on the upper echelons, as I learned through my higher education, the truth of the matter is that the world is very much like the wilderness, and it is the predator and prey. And unfortunately, people don't understand that. And I'm not encouraging you to be a predator, but you have to think like a predator to be able to detect them and understand why things are the way they are. And you have to understand why heroes and victims is such a concept that we can all relate to, because we're believing in some hero that's going to come and fix this world system.
I want to be a hero, man. I want to fix this. I want
Well,
to.
the
You know,
best
I
you
really
can
do.
do- What's your name?
Bonnie.
Bonnie, the
I'm-
best you can do.
And what's your name?
My name is Neil.
Neil. Very nice to meet you. He lives next to me. He's an awesome person.
The best that you can do, thank you for that. The best that you can do is tell your friend
Yeah.
who will listen.
Yeah.
The ones that won't listen, don't argue with them.
Right.
If you believe in God, pray for them. And you do your best to keep yourself as safe as possible. But when they're spraying the skies and we have to breathe this, or insects are affected by it, the bees die from it,
Yeah.
there's not much that we can do unless people who are empathetic become narcissistic and psychopathic, at least to the extent that they say,
Yeah.
I'm willing to use violence to overcome this wicked forces. And usually people have to be pushed into a corner who have a healthy mind have to be pushed into the corner before they begin to fight back. They don't take a proactive approach to go against wickedness in high places, even though our Constitution says that we have the right to bear arms for the protection against a tyrannical government.
Right.
That's really what it's for. The right to bear arms is not to kill each other; it's to protect ourselves against
the
a
government. That's why they want our guns.
But it's not just a government that's corrupt. Everything is
Yo, you got it. It's so sad.
You're in the last days, and whenever people stop reproducing, if you understand Scripture, reproduction is an agricultural principle. The Bible always speaks in terms of agricultural principles because the people of that Bible the Bible speaking about a lot of Israelites, and they were agricultural people.
Yeah.
So whenever homosexuality I don't care what your lifestyle is, but the fact is when people stop reproducing,
yeah,
that's called in agricultural terms, that's called barrenness.
Barrenness.
So whenever you sow seeds and they don't reproduce,
yeah,
the land becomes barren.
Yeah.
Likewise, when human beings don't sow seed and they don't reproduce, they become barren. And when you try to do goofy things like when we do with the wheat and with the seeds and Monsanto, we try to do goofy things with nature, things mess up and we get sick. Likewise, if you think you're going to make babies in the lab,
echo chambers.
Baby that's not human.
They're called echo chambers, and they're already doing it.
100. So what I'm saying is that you can't deviate around the natural process without having a certain outcome.
Oh, and it's coming.
It's like changing
coming.
One thing in the recipe, like grandma's apple pie. I'm going to use instead of Macintosh apples or green apples, let's go with red delicious.
Yeah.
It's a different thing.
Yeah.
So when you take a child away from the breast, which they did 40 years ago, 60 years ago with formulas, then you take them away from the mom in the womb, there got to be a natural outcome. Now, sanity and reason would tell us that, but most people aren't taught critical thinking anymore. So what happens is we get caught in a loop of confusion.
And they know it.
And
they know it.
Keep talking to each other like, can you believe this?
Right.
And
nothing happens. And nothing happens.
Like the crazy ones.
Right. It just gets worse.
We look like the goofy. So just be careful. Don't get yourself too emotional. Because when I first began to uncover these things, it was just the curiosity, and the rabbit hole just got deeper and deeper.
Oh yeah.
And what you'll find yourself is being very depressed if you're not careful.
Yeah.
And frustrated.
Yeah.
But if you believe in the Most High Power, then that's the only thing you can focus on in these last days, because every system that I've investigated is corrupt. Insurance, healthcare, and they all know it. It's all well exposed. It's documented on Netflix. I'm not saying anything controversial. They literally make Netflix documentaries on this topic.
Yeah.
How the food is corrupt. How it's literally publicly presented by multimedia, huge conglomerates. And the reason why is because whenever you tell the truth and people don't listen, it gives the enemy license to continue to abuse you.
Yeah. Compliance is agreeing with it.
Right. But not only that, it's called a disclaimer. It's like we told you in the movie.
Oh, right.
We told you in the documentary, and you still went and ate that chicken. You still went to that fast food restaurant. But they fail to acknowledge, and they even talk about the advertisement and how it functions on us psychologically. But unless you're actually seeking out that information and educating yourself, literally you're blind.
Yeah. Ignorance is bliss,
and
right?
Our children forget about it. This generation, I feel sorry, they have no concept of what me and you know about, like playing in the street, your neighbors knowing your name.
Come home with the street lights come on.
Right, exactly. We used to have the Nerf footballs. We used to,
my mom never knew where I was at.
Taking a bath and leaving a black ring around the tub. Our children know nothing. Our children know very little about this because their world is so diametrically different
Isn't
than
it
yours
sad?
and mine. It's like night and day.
It's
so
heartbreaking.
their whole value system isn't linked to a past. Like whenever we were coming up, we were trying to make things easier.
Yeah.
Right? And be more sensitive.
Yeah.
And now what's happening is everybody's a snowflake. You say something, and it burns through them so fast.
Yeah.
They don't even get the message or that you even care.
Yeah.
Anything that comes with passion is seen as hate. If you're passionate, but they can be passionate.
Oh yeah.
Like your enemy can be as passionate as they want to be. But when you get passionate, you bring out the receipts and the facts.
Yeah.
You cut them up too much.
Yeah.
So I wish I had like an optimistic message, but the reality is whenever the fruit gets a certain
We're
past
screwed.
rotting,
Yeah.
you can't reverse it. You know,
Yeah.
when apples start getting brown,
Oh yeah.
you can't do nothing about it after that, Bonnie.
Thank you. See you later. Well, that was it. That was my neighbor. He's a really cool guy. I know this video is going to be a lot longer than normal, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not going to ride my bike. I'm not going to have this shit all over me. Yeah. Time to go in. Take cover. All right, everybody. Hope everybody has a blessed day. I know 2 videos in a day isn't really normal for me, but I just had to come out, and I'm glad I did. I got some good education from my neighbor. He's a really nice guy. Okay, Bonnie from Maricopa Skywatch signing out.